Hi everyone, I'm Nakia, the content creator for True Horror Stories. Sorry. So, rewind balik. For this episode, I'm going to do a backstory for...
You fix it.
Ayah kamu kan?
Okay, sayang, later ibu cuddle with you. Okay, sayang, later ibu cuddle with you. Kiss first. Kiss first. Okay, bye.
3, 2...
Biasa stop!
Kau potong pintu pistol!
Hi everyone, my name is Nakia, the content creator for True Horror Stories POV. So for this backstory episode, I'm gonna share with you guys what actually happened for the episode Sweet Ride. Korang yang favourite kan? So for Sweet Ride, this story actually happened back in 2010. So that time akak belum kahwin lagi. So I was with my group of friends. They are my soccer friends. So last time I used to play soccer, I used to main motor, very macam do all the very guy stuff lah, because last time I was a tomboy. So what happened was, this group of friends, they know that I can nampak benda ni senang-senang, because a few times bila tengah lepak dengan dorang semua kan, then dorang say that macam I say to them macam ada something cepat balik that kind of thing. And then I told them even lah some of my experiences and everything, so they know that I can see. So my group of friends ni dorang mischievous, they didn't tell me where we gonna lepak for that particular night lah. So dorang just cakap that time I don't have my own bike, so I have to tumpang one of my friend lah. Then bila kita when I was tumpang dia, suddenly dorang bawa me to this car park which we have never ever lepak at before, and then it's somewhere north of Singapore. I'm not gonna say where. So bila tengah lepak kat sana, the moment kita masuk that car park, I already feel bulu roma and rasa lain tau. Macam lain macam. The car park was extra sunyi, and then macam tak tahu apa pasal lah. Lighting dia was normal, tapi the vibes was very different. It was very weird and eerie. So the moment masuk, okay, I just diam macam. Then I can see my friends kan, dorang macam dah look at each other semua, dah macam cheeky semua, dah macam alamak, macam something up their sleeve gitu. But I just shrug it off, because dorang selalu macam play prank on me. Dorang selalu macam sembunyikan my phone dan cakap hilang lah. You know, they like to do that kind of stuff. So I just buat bodoh je, because I was more worried about this uneasiness that I was feeling. Then when we were going up, all the first floor, the lots were full. Second floor, the lots were full. Up until 4B. We went up to 4B. Just as before kita reach 4B kan, the place where we lepak, we pass by this van dekat 4A tau. You know, like multi-story car park ada 4A, 4B, 5A, 5B, you know, like macam zigzag gitu. Just when we pass by this white colour van, I still remember until today white colour van ni, I don't know why my eyes tak boleh macam just melekat and just keep on looking at the van. Macam somehow I know something is going to happen. So true enough, when this is the van, when kita pass by, I saw ada benda dekat behind the van tu tengah pop up gitu kan kepala dia lah pop up. Then I just then by the time motor dah lalu kan, I just like is it real what I just saw lah. Then after that I diam. Then kebetulan this group of friends, dorang decided to naik. The van was at 4A Dorang decided to lepak dekat 4B. So from 4B, I look down, I can actually see the white van. So kita decided to lepak betul-betul opposite the van, so called lah, like diagonally above the van. Then bila kita lepak kat sana, it was empty already. There wasn't any cars, any vehicle kat sana. So kita duduk, then dorang keluarkan kad semua lah, main Uno. Then some of them were fixing dorang punya bike and everything semua. There's like 3 guys, I cannot remember, something like that lah. Quite a group of us tau. Then kita tengah lepak sana, tengah main kad. Somehow I was seated in a position where I'm facing the van. Macam van tu dekat bawah, I'm facing. So kita tengah duduk in a circle, some tengah repair motor, semua tengah main kad kan. My eyes keep on macam tertengok that van tau. Then I saw ada benda in front of the passenger van. Nampak macam itu. So I just but I wasn't looking directly at it. Macam dia corner of my eyes I can see gitu. Then dah panic. Then everybody heard bunyi sapu. So everybody heard the su, su, su sound, the sapu sound tau. Then we were like, because that point of time macam ramai-ramai semua, and so far I was the only one who was freaking out because of the vent thing, which I thought it was my paranoia lah. So when we heard the sweeping sound, we were like, okay, alhamdulillah, maybe ada orang jugalah selain daripada kita kat sana. So when kita dengar that sound, it was background noise tau. We didn't think much of it. Dia macam okay, sapu-sapu semua. And then the sound got louder. Bila the sound got louder, but kita macam, because it's macam noise gitu kan, kita tengah main-main kat semua, we thought nothing of it until the sound was so loud. It was like until betul-betul kat sebelah kita, but yet kita tak nampak orang. Tu part bila somebody macam realise kan, somebody macam perasan, everybody start to perasan, then kita semua pack lah, jalan lah. Suai I got that guy who was tengah repairing the bike, bukan main game benda. So we were the last one to go. So what happened was, yang lain semua dah panic kan, dorang semua pack everything lincah-lincah, and dorang just rode off, leaving the two of us kat belakang. And when the guy tengah lincah-lincah pack all his tools and everything, I was just behind him. I can feel already ada benda dah dekat belakang. Bukan dah dekat belakang lah, I can already feel macam a presence behind me. That's where I was like, jangan toleh nak jangan toleh nak. I really tell myself to not turn, because it was too strong already, that perasaan lah. So bila once his bike dia dah kickstart, I think he was using a kickstart bike lah. Boleh kickstart, I hop on. Tak tahu apa pasal bike dia tak boleh work. So kita punya fikiran lah, because dia tengah repair kan, so kita tak nak fikir macam it's supernatural ke apa. So we just take it that dia repair motor dia, that's why motor dia tak boleh start lah. Macam after you adjust something, then setting salah ke apa kan, so we just chalk it up to that lah. Then dia tenang-tenang motor dia start, tapi lepas tu mati, stall, keep on stall tau. Tu part I don't know why, I already feel my bulu roma meremang, dah tegang leher semua. I decided to turn. Itu yang part yang korang nampak. The thing was just behind me. And in the video korang nampak ada box kan, because my husband ni motor ada box. In actual fact, the guy punya motor tak ada box. So you can imagine how close that thing was to me. So pusing, I saw that thing, pusing balik, tutup mata, I just scream at the top of my lung, jalan. Then after that, dengan kuasa Tuhan I think because dah terlalu desperate ke apa, Allah pun nak tolong, the bike boleh start and we move off. Then hati macam I want to know if I'm safe or not. I did peek and tengok. And if you guys tengok the video carefully, there are some parts where you can see the benda tengah jenguk-jenguk and everything, because that's what I saw. Ada satu part ni kita tak boleh reenact lah. When dia a different level kan, actually from kita dekat higher level, and then when kita tengah nak go down semua, I saw macam kepala gitu, that thing punya kepala tengah looking down at us. I don't know how that level dia boleh tunjukkan kepala je, tak tahu dia tengah baring ke apa, Allah-Allah, I don't even want to find out. Dia tengah tengok. So that part, bila kita tengah recording, we couldn't put that part in because I'm using wide lens, and then we cannot capture that part lah. But I remember that was the most freakiest thing that happened, because it seemed like it was just the head aja tengah cui kita through that lubang. Then bila dah turun everything semua, kita finally got out of the car park. Kita semua jumpa dekat kedai kopi, because semua orang dah tahu kalau nak buat benda ke apa tak boleh balik terus. So tengah berbual semua, I still macam rasa tak sedap hati macam gitu. Then diorang semua cakap, okay lah, we call it a night lah. I think about like 1.5 hours after kita dah lepak semua, then dah ngantuk kan, then I tell him, okay lah, let's make a move lah, balik lah. So this guy ni, he decided to send me home. So at first I was like, tak payah hantar lah and everything, tak nak susahkan kan. But then after a while, then dia cakap tak apa, gentleman lah kan. Then I was like, okay lah, low-key happy lah, saya tak nak balik seorang kan, dah takut apa. So bila he sent me up, dia hantar sampai kat lift aja, cause I didn't want him to send me all the way sampai depan pintu, takut my parents nampak ke, habis fikir bukan-bukan ke apa. So I told him, okay tak apa, kau sampai lift aja, nanti aku balik sendiri lah. Then he was okay lah, he was cool with it, because my house sana that part was memang actually a bit creepy lah. So then, bila lift pintu buka, I stepped out. The moment I step out of my lift kan, I already feel something weird tau. Then I tak tahu asal macam feel macam okay lah, dah rasa tak sedap hati. I told myself, ni aku cakap bye, aku gonna terus lari sprint to my house, buka gate lincah-lincahnya masuk rumah. I already dah fikir gitu, because dah rasa tak sedap pun. So when I turn to my guy friend ni and nak cakap dengan dia bye kan, I realised he was standing in the middle of the lift. Okay, dia tengah diri in the middle of the lift. He cakap bye, and bila dia nak picit lift door close tu, he have to bend down because dia diri kat tengah-tengah lift, kalau lift tu besar. So when he bend down, terus nampak ada benda tu dekat belakang dia. Tu part I was like panic, tapi muka nak maintain. I was like macam gitu. Terus after that dia bye, pintu tutup, together dengan kawan my friend sekali kat dalam. That part I sprint home. Nasib baik, alhamdulillah kunci dah standby, kunci buka masuk semua. I baca bismillah, alhamdulillah baca bismillah, everything semua, masuk rumah, cuci kaki. Then my friend texted, dia cakap, tadi kau nampak something Then after that I didn't want to tell him because dia baru turun, not say baru turun lah, macam he was, I think about 5 minutes after I wash my feet. So macam kira kan maybe dia belum balik rumah ke apa tau. So I told him, oh taklah, aku tak nampak apa-apa. I didn't wanna scare him. After a few days kita lepak semua kan, then he was like, aku tahu kau nampak something kan, aku nampak muka kau berubah. Then I was like, yeah, actually benda tu was directly belakang kau. The moment kau bend down, dia dah standby kat belakang. Terus he was like, he scolded me. He was like, bodoh kau tak bilang aku, everything so well lah. Then I told him, because like I feel if I tell you, you get more scared, and then this thing lagi suka, you know. So I feel if you don't know and then you just macam shrug it off, then this thing don't fit on your fear. And it is true apparently, because after I saw that thing behind him, I asked him, kau ada kena apa-apa? Dia cakap alhamdulillah tak kena apa-apa. Yeah, so that's why I said, yeah, that's why aku tak bilang kau. Habis dia was like, asal kau bilang aku sekarang? So that part I was like, tak lah, I mean you deserve the right to know what actually happened that night. Yeah, so in the video korang nampak it's my husband yang tertinggalkan cash card lah benda kan. That was a dramatization because I couldn't get my friends to reenact that part lah. So we had to improvise and make it easier. So we just use my husband to depict the group of friends, because my husband, he's very tall and then very built, and so it doesn't make sense for my husband to bend down to picit the button. So we had to change and then make it such that when he was waiting for me at the tangga, at the Matisar car park, something dropped so that he can bend down. Then we can see the almost same punya dramatization of what actually happened lah. Yes, so to people who think that macam laki dia tak baik lah, tinggalkan bini dia. No, okay, this story didn't happen with my husband. It happened to a group of friends. Okay, so my husband, dia tak akan tinggalkan bini dia seorang-seorang. He loves me so much and he always make sure that I'm safe. That's why I berani lah nak buat this video, because I know he's there to protect me, insyaAllah. Okay. Anyway, that's it for episode backstory. I hope this clears all korang punya doubts and questions. If you have more questions with regards to macam this episode, just comment down below and insyaAllah we will try and reply to each and every one of you. And if you like our content, do like and subscribe. For those who have done so, thank you so much. Alhamdulillah, really appreciate it. And okay lah, that's it for now. Shall not drag on any further. Till next time, insyaAllah. Bye.